This is crazy to me because some people would look at this and they'd say, well, why would someone pay $4 for a prompt when they could just type this themselves? Well, you can make the same argument. Why would someone go to Starbucks and pay $6 for a coffee when they could make it themselves? Well, I like my Starbucks. Well, you know what? There's people that like their time.
Welcome back to Making Money with AI. And we are here today to share with you a very interesting way to make some money with AI. And let me show you this marketplace that we discovered, and it's called Promptbase.com. And this is a marketplace for prompts. So you could literally sell your ChatGPT prompts, your Midjourney prompts, dall-e prompts, Stable Diffusion prompts. You could sell a prompt on a marketplace. It says find top prompts, produce better results, save on API costs, sell your own prompts. Before I get James' opinion on this, I want to share what is a prompt, right? Let's talk about a prompt. The prompt is what you type into ChatGPT to get a result, to get an answer, right? Or to create some code or any kind of number of things, right? Think of it like a search when you type into Google, but a lot better. And then it can also be, a prompt can also be when you type into Midjourney to create an image. Now, those prompts can be pretty extensive. They can get really, really long and have all kinds of detail in them. So that's what a prompt is. And just, it's amazing, James, that now there's this marketplace where people can sell their prompts.
This is crazy to me because, some people would look at this and they'd say, well, why would someone pay $4 for a prompt when they could just type this themselves? Well, you can make the same argument. Why would someone go to Starbucks and pay $6 for a coffee when they could make it themselves? Well, I like my Starbucks. Well, you know what? There's people that like their time. And people that are like, you know what? I'd really love to see let's see here, Wallace and Gromit style illustration. And I think my kids used to watch a cartoon with that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So for them, $3.99 is not a big deal. And so they pay it and they get the prompt that they want. Just like there's a whole community of people that will pay on Etsy for digital things, all kinds of marketplaces. So $3.99, you might also say to yourself, well, that's not a lot of money. Well, you know what? 1,000 people buy it. Your prompt, they could have took you 5 seconds to create. The point is that anything that you can come up with could be monetized. And for some people, they go to a marketplace like this to save them 30 seconds, or maybe they couldn't do it. Maybe what you feel is easy, because Dave, I know you spent a lot of time in Midjourney, among other things, but Dave has really spent a lot of time that he can kind of cut to the chase to make an image the way he envisions it, gets it from his brain, talks to the AI to give the beautiful image that he wants. Well, he's better at that than me. I'd be willing to pay, if I'm like, Dave, I really want, I don't, this is kind of what's coming out of my mind. I don't know how to say it. And you're like, is it kind of like this? And then boom, yeah, I'll pay you $4 to do that. And there's probably 1,000 guys like me out there that'll pay for that.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person, I get a kick out of this. I really enjoy typing in prompts and seeing what it comes up with. And so for me, I'm looking at this, I'm like, I'm doing exactly what you said, James. I'm like, why would people pay $4 when you could just experiment and learn in the process? Well, I happen to be somebody who loves learning and loves like tinkering and trying new things, but maybe not everybody's like that. Maybe somebody just wants to cut to the chase and say, oh, I want that look. I'll pay $4. I'm moving on to, my next project or whatever. So it's interesting. While I am the person who can't understand why people would pay for these, maybe I should be the person who's actually selling my prompts here, right? Because
you think about things like, it's sometimes hard for me to believe the market for images. If you go for like Shutterstock or these stock photos, that's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And I'm just thinking, well, why often would people need images for things? Well, guess what? There's someone doing a project. There's someone working in a marketing firm. There's someone that needs images for things that they're creating. And the same thing goes here. Maybe there's somebody that's in college and they're doing a presentation and they'd really love to have a particular type of drawing, and they don't have the time. They're stressed. They're putting this together, but they're familiar with ChatGPT. They're familiar with AI. They find out about a place like this, and they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, $4. Boom, that gives me exactly the prompt that I want to then get the images that I want to put in my presentation or whatever.
Exactly. Well, let's look at some ideas. I have a couple of ideas. We looked at this one, James, food photographs. Now, here's the interesting thing. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and you look at their menu and the images look they don't really look very, tasty, right? And that's because food photography is a whole art in itself. Like if you just take a photo of your food, it's going to look okay. But if you dress it up like with an airbrush and you add, spray some water on it, you have the right lighting and all that kind of thing, that's real food photography, right? Well, instead of having that restaurant pay, a couple $1,000 to get like the most amazing food photography, you could just do this over here for $3 and you could provide them with amazing images of these dishes and just to the specs that they want. Now you've got amazing food photography. I mean, look at this.
That is true.
Yeah, that's something that, like you see very bland images in menus. It's always bothered me. Well, anyway, that's one business that you could do. You conceivably sell food photograph imagery to restaurants in like a package deal or whatever. They're used to paying a lot more for it. You can literally generate it in Midjourney in a matter of minutes. How about this? Sometimes I create video ads for my courses, right? And when I do, we have to be sure, like, especially if I want like a nice blue sky and everything, well, maybe that day it's overcast and I can't really do a good filming because it's overcast. Well, the same thing would apply to photography, right? So what if you want to do fashion models, stock photos, or what if you want to have a particular outfit on a model? So you create mock-ups for this with Midjourney. And these are just some examples of what you could do. So instead of having to hire a model, hire a photographer, you could create these images here and you could use them in Midjourney and create these amazing images. So again, you're paying $4 for something that you could turn into a lot more money. So we're just looking at multiple different ways to make money with this.
And think about it this way too, Dave. The person that was so smart creating a marketplace, they understood there's all these people out there that are doing these prompts. There's people sharing these prompts. And what they just did was they said, you know what? Why don't we give people an opportunity to sell their prompts? And these people put their stuff up there. They're getting a commission, whatever it is. And look at the top there. Apparently, it's been mentioned in TechCrunch and all these Wired, etc. So that's another thing to keep a pulse on in terms of the AI community, or just in general, is that when you see people starting to do things and sharing things that they're doing, well, you could be someone that makes a website that allows them to monetize their ingenuity, etc.
Right. Pretty amazing. And, like I know that people sell prompts also on Etsy, for example. I've been doing a little research on Etsy. It's an amazing marketplace. They get about 100,000 visitors. 100 million visitors a month. Huge amount of traffic. And people sell prompts on Etsy. Literally just a string of words they're selling as a digital product. So here it is. You could sell your prompts here, or you could take some of these prompts and turn them into a business, offering some services to businesses as well.
I just love this. I love that marketplaces are being created. We talked in another video, Dave, about where we see things going in terms of full-length feature films that are going to be created with AI. This is a perfect thing where you're going to be able to make these full-length feature films, and there will be $1 million business created where we can basically create a Netflix for AI-generated content. And even though there's all this AI-generated content that's going to be free, there's going to be people that are going to be willing to pay $5 to watch this particular AI movie that everyone seems to enjoy. So there's going to be, like anything, YouTube, there's all kinds of content. We can never get to it all, but people start to subscribe into what they're in. People are going to form communities and subscribe to the AI content and videos that they enjoy. And someone is going to be smart enough, hopefully someone from this channel is going to be smart enough to create a marketplace to allow that content to be curated, and they make a profit off of that.
Yeah, amazing. Let's think a little bit forward as well. I just saw a video this morning about ChatGPT 5, and the founder of ChatGPT was saying that ChatGPT 5 will probably have video. So imagine doing a marketplace just like this, but instead of for image prompts, for video prompts. And now you've got a much bigger opportunity because, people are going to love video far more than they do images. And so there's another opportunity. If you're that kind of person that can build out a marketplace, even if you're not, you partner with somebody who is, and you build that out, and now you're ready for video prompt marketplace as well.
And that's the thing. And that's what's so great about this channel is that we're giving people true business ideas that you can make little money on the side, or you could potentially make $1 million businesses. That's what this is all about, giving you the tools, the literal tools, and the overall view and way to look at this brand new world to monetize for yourself. So we hope you're enjoying this content, and not just enjoying the content, but taking action and moving forward with some of these ideas that we're presenting. So
yeah, we really want to see success stories come out of this. We want to hear your success stories in the comments. We want to hear you, hey, I took action on this, or hey, I bought a prompt on that marketplace and I was able to sell it to a restaurant, or whatever it is. We'd love to hear that you're taking action on this, because in the end, it's really all about taking action, making it happen for you and your family, building a business, that you enjoy. So thanks everybody for joining us today. We'll see you next time on Making Money with AI.